Hi all, welcome to Windows Server 2016 training videos. In this video, initially we can learn about the client-server network model that are currently using in an organization or an enterprise. In this here we have server machines and client machines. Means it is the combination of the clients and server computers. In client-server network model, it is the combination of clients and server computers. In this diagram, you can see that here have a server machine and client computers attached to it. In this, this server is mainly known as DC. In Microsoft, this kind of network means that a client-server network model is known as domain. So now onwards we will call only it as a domain. We will not call client-server network model. We will call only as a domain. We will call only as domain. Okay. We can call this server or DC as domain controller. The full form of DC is domain controller or domain server. We can call our DC as domain controller or domain server or root domain. In a server client server network model, the server is known as with the name of DC or a domain controller or a domain server or root domain. We can call any of these name for our server. At a client side, we will only call it as a client machines or domain members or domain computers. Okay. In a domain, there should have a DC, means that in a client-server combination or network model, there should have a DC. DC means a domain controller and the client computers attached to it. Okay. Next, we can learn how to create a domain controller. To create a domain controller, initially we should have a server computer with a good server hardware configurations. Means initially we should select a server machine and that server machine should have good hardware configurations because that server need to control all the computers in our network. At a time, a Windows server will support around 4000 computers and users. So our server should be very good. After that we should install Windows Server OS in it. Means that if you need after the okay, just imagine that now we have a server computer and in that initially we need to install a server OS. We can OS like Windows Server 2016 or you can install Windows Server 2012 or else you can install Windows Server 2008. That's your wish. Anyway, now we can learn about the things with the latest OS. That's Windows Server 2016. Just imagine that initially for creating a DC, initially we need to install a server OS, means Windows Server 2016 in this server machine. After that, we need to add roles and features of ADDS, means Active Directory Domain Services. Initially we need to, for create a DC, initially we need to install the Windows Server OS. After that we need to install or add the roles and features of ADDS in that Windows OS. Okay. After that we need to promote the server to DC. Then only it will become a domain controller. Otherwise it will be just a server machine. If that need to control all the computers, or means all the objects in that network, then it should be a DC. We can create a DC with our company name. Example, just imagine that myitfriends is a IT company. Then we can create a DC or domain controller for in the name of myitfriends.com. Likewise, you can create the DC with your company name. After the creation of DC, we need to add client computers with that DC. By default, means that after the connection, after the installation of Windows Server, after the installation of Windows client OS such as Windows 8 or Windows 10, our computer will be in the mode of work group. You need to right click on for connect to our DC. Initially, you need to check the cable connection between your server and your computer. For that, you need to make a ping text to your server. If that network connection, if you are getting the ping reply, then means we can think that the connection is okay. After that, you need to go to take your this PC icon or my computer icon in each of these computers and right click on that, select properties and change settings. Then you need to change its settings from work group to domain. Then that time it will ask the IP address of our server machines. Likewise, we can add our client machines to our server machine. It means that initially we need to add or install the client OS such as Windows 10 in our client machines. We can learn about the how to lab. In our lab, we can learn about the joining or adding a procedure of client machines to a server. Hi friends, if you like my teaching or if you like my video, then please subscribe this channel right now for more networking videos. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.